I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm Reverend Louis Gates, and I'm going to speak today about mediumship, the tools to help you with your mediumship. And with mediumship, there's a lot of tools. There's a lot of ways to connect to spirit. A lot of people will use pendulums. They'll use pendulums to ask yes and no questions. They'll use these, yes and no. And a lot of people believe that this is doing the whole thing. But a lot of individuals are taught that you have to hold the pendulum like this. You do not. The rocks or the peg on the end of the pendulum is for the hook between your fingers. That is how you use a pendulum. If you hold it by the end with your two fingers, the pulses in your fingertips make the pendulum move. So without having any control over it, either fold it over your finger or use the rock on the top of it to put between your fingers. You'll get a more accurate answer from your guides. This is yes and no. And you train the pendulum to go either straight back and forth for yes, crossways for no. You are training your pendulum to do how you would like the answer. But you use that. You use it by doing this. Don't keep doing this. Because you won't get the right answers every single time you're doing it. By working with tarot cards, working with tools. When you use tarot cards, and here in camp we don't use them. We're a little mental, we're mental medium, a little mental. But we don't use tarot here, but tarot is a really good way to connect to you, to give yourself your own readings, to kind of talk to spirit through the cards. What you're doing with the cards is you're picking a deck, you're picking something that works for you. I don't care what deck it is, you can buy any deck you want. Pick a deck that works for you. You should always keep the deck covered. Keep it covered. So every time you put energy into the deck, you finish with it, cover it. Put it in some kind of cover. Just keep the energy around the deck. So every time you use it, you're putting more energy into the deck. You don't allow other people to touch your personal deck. It's yours. You're only putting your energy into it. So allow yourself to kind of find your deck, what you're comfortable with, and use that. Use that. So it's this question of putting energy into it. With mediumship, you have to give it energy. I love it when I teach class and people will they'll come to my class, they'll sit. I'll say, you have to meditate, you have to talk to spirits, you have to communicate. And then all of a sudden they'll sit here and they'll come back the next week and go, I said, did you meditate? They go, no. Did you talk to spirit? No. So, I mean, you have to give that energy to try to pull them closer. Some of us, as we're older, it takes us a little bit longer to connect to spirit. We've closed the door, we've had it locked for quite a few years in our life, we've gone on in our lives, and all of a sudden we want to speak to spirit. So it takes longer. I get children in my class, they see spirit right away. But as we get older, we have to train ourselves more. We have to kind of work at it more. And the best tool that you can use for mediumship is to find a place in your home that you sit. That is where you sit and meditate. It's not where you watch television. It's not where you do anything else. You meditate there. And I don't care if you meditate for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I don't care. But every day you should make an appointment to speak to them. Back in the day, when I was raised, my mother used to take me to seances. And they used to meet every day at the same time, sit in the same chair, and do it for 8 weeks straight. You made a commitment to sit for 8 weeks straight before somebody else could actually attend the seance. And then a group agreed on who would be part of it. So the question is it usually takes about 8 weeks by your commitment to sit and speak to them. Always have a little thing, you get your camera at home. When you find your space, you're gonna meditate. Take a picture of the space, take a picture of it. Then in about 3 to 4 weeks, take another picture. The same place at the same time that you're gonna meditate. And you're gonna notice orbs, you're gonna see spirit lights, you're gonna see different things within that space. You only attract exactly who you're supposed to attract. You have to ask for your highest and best. Don't run around your house like some kind of banshee with a sage stick on fire. Not gonna help you. If your intention is attracting something that's not good for you, sage stick is not gonna help you. It's just gonna make the room smell. All you have to do is just ask your guides, highest and best, and nothing else. Your highest and best. Not for what my highest and best or somebody else's is, but yours. What is your highest and best for you? And do that. But take your time to sit and speak to them. Because I had a girl in my class not too long ago, she just, well, I don't want to see dead people. I said, you're in a mediumship class, you're going to be speaking to people in the spirit. Oh, no. They can stay on the other side of the room, I don't want them over here. I said, well, once you open the door, once you allow spirit to come in, they're there. They come. And one of the tools I explain to people, you're going to do this work, you're going to explain, you're going to talk to spirit, fine. Then get yourself some kind of code words, safe words, to turn it on, to turn it off. So when you're doing something, you don't want to see them. You don't want them messing with you. Have a safe word that you turn it off. And when you want to see them, you want to work with them, turn it on. It can't be open 24/7. Can't be that. Because you'll have that whole vibration. When you do readings with someone or you're talking to somebody, you want to hold somebody, people will have you put your hands up on a table. Put your hands up so they can touch them. If you're going to do readings with someone, you should reach your left hand out and take their left hand. Take their left hand, and then once you clasp their left hand, you put your right hand over it for protection. What happens with that, you are connected to the individual heart to heart. Left hand to left hand, heart to heart, and by putting your right hand over it, you put a circle of protection around it, so you're not attracting anything else in the room. Especially if I'm giving readings in this room, and I open you up with your hands straight up in the air, and I'm trying to talk, you've already opened yourself up to everybody in this room. That's the same thing with meditation. I know people come to church, they sit in church, and they do the, and everybody come up here and go, close your eyes, put your hands up. Stop that. Don't do that. Either put your hands down on your lap, put it face down, or put them together. What that does is it protects you from other people pulling energy from you. Just protection. If you want to give your energy out, then you should be asked for them to take it. You just open yourself up in this room, somebody could just pull it. So, protect yourself. Protect yourself when you're in spaces that you're not comfortable with. Just protect you. That's why that works that way, because when you do this, it almost looks like a heart. You got your hand together, it almost like a heart. You got chakras in the corner and the ends of your fingertips. You got chakras in the center of your hands. Boom. You're keeping the energy within your own vibration. If you want to share it, then you can be able to share it. When we do trumpet, I keep this trumpet. This is a small trumpet, but they come in 3 pieces. But I keep it in where I meditate, so I can see if spirit wants to speak to me. And you'll hear voices, knocks and bings and different things within this trumpet. Different things within it. Usually the trumpets come in 3 pieces for one reason. The first piece of the trumpet is for beginners. Get that to move. Then you put the second piece on it, that's for when you got this piece to move. Once you're really good at it, it's really moving, put all 3 pieces together. Don't put the whole trumpet and just say, I want to move that whole 3 thing. No. One piece. This trumpet was actually a test trumpet by Harry Houdini. He used to keep it in his pocket. And if you were a medium, he'd stick it out and go, go ahead, move that. This is test trumpet. So the question is get this to move, get that spirit to speak to you. But when you're working with spirit, don't put all kinds of tools in a room. You want spirit to move the trumpets, you want spirit to move the lights, you want spirit to move this, you want spirit to focus your intent on one object. If you scatter it so much in the vibration, you scatter it. You scatter the energy of your energy. You scatter it because you're trying to focus on too much in the room. And that makes spirit crazy because they don't know what to do. Should they ring the phone for you? Should they move the trumpet? Should they do this? Should they flick the lights? They don't know. So try to focus your intent. I know a tool that we use I've used when I was a kid, was a candle. Place a candle on the table ahead of you and sit and stare at the candle. When your mind starts to waver, you see spirit or you see stuff or so it starts to waver, bring your mind back to the candle until you eventually can just look at the candle without anything bothering you. You only see the candle. So you're training your mind to focus. You can't see Joe over here, there's a kid over here, there's a squirrel over here, there's a bike over here. It's learning to focus the energy and setting your psychic vocabulary. We all have things that have happened in our lives. We have all this stuff. You might have had something happen in your life that, boy, it was not good, not good. So when you see that symbol, you're going to say, not so good. But that symbol that you think is not so good might have been awesome for me. Might have been something great for me. And I want to see it totally different than you. So when you set your symbols with spirit, spirit will keep those symbols that way. They don't change it just to mess with you. They keep it the same way that you have addressed it. A red car means this. A camel means that. A truck means this. Everything has a symbol of meaning. Because when you're in mediumship, you raise your vibration. Know that spirit is not going to lower their vibration, come all the way down to you, because you haven't decided, unless you've done something stupid, and guides have come to save you. Other than that, you're going to raise your vibration to meet them. And that's through breath. I taught my class last night, when people say, breathe through your nose, hold it in your lungs, breathe out all the negativity in your existence. Another one that says, stop doing that. Breathe as if you're breathing through your third eye, here. Because when you're doing mediumship or training yourself to do mediumship, you are awakening the pineal and the hypothalamus here. You're awakening it. So you want to breathe through here. Act like a waterfall coming through your third eye down into your lungs, letting it touch the spirit within you, and breathing out positive energy into the spirit world. I love it when people say that you're breathing out negativity. You know, you breathe out negativity, it gets about right here. What are you going to do there the next minute? You're going to breathe back in. Negativity hasn't gone anywhere, it's just go right back into you. Then you're going to keep breathing it out, and you're never going to get rid of it. You're never going to get rid of it. So breathe out positive energy, because you are positive. If you see yourself as negative, then you're just going to attract that in your vibration. Positive energy within the vibration. And it's through that being quiet, listening to your guides, listening to them. Your guides will try to help you. We have 10 to 15 guides that follow you, 10 to 15 of them. They will follow you throughout your existence on this earth. 3 of them become your major guides, 3. You have the gatekeeper who allows all the people in your life in your life. You have the physician who takes care of your health, tries to help you with your health. Then you have the alchemist who is that creator. Creates money, relationships, people, situations, vibrations in your life. Yeah. So those three will stay with you throughout your life. The other guys will change. As you grow with your spirituality and how you propel the spirit, those guys will change places. Different things will happen because you have moved to a different level. If you're in first grade, you're not going to keep it when you move to high school. First grade teacher's not going to follow you, so somebody else will take their space, their spot with you. Your relatives, your family members, are not your guides. Grandma is not back here to be your guide. A helper connected to you, unless your relative died many years before you were born, then they could possibly be your guide. But if you knew that individual on this earth plane, they are a helper. They encourage you. They bless you in your existence because they love you. Remember, I tell people this, that when people get this whole thing in their life, you've done nothing wrong in your life. Tell yourself mentally that you've done nothing wrong. Just because you attracted a bunch of psychotic people in your life doesn't mean you've done something wrong. You just attracted them. They've arrived. You don't know why you keep attracting these people. That's when you start talking to your guides going, okay, the show's over. Can we change this? Can we fix this, my vibration? Because we attract things in our lives that we think that somebody told us that, ooh, you should do that. But whatever you do with your mediumship work should fit you, should fit your vibration. Because we're mostly sound. We're mostly water throughout our vibration. By working with sound or working with something to do with sound, and that's either music, you can do crystal bowls, I like working with this. I like working with practitioner ones. You can buy these pretty reasonable on eBay. I like them because you can hold them. I like those. And once you, I'll get you here in a minute. And you use it on you. You use it on your vibration by holding it. What it does by doing this, since your body is mostly water, it affects the cells, it affects the circulation, it affects the things in your body. You don't have to buy a whole set, just buy one. And use it to address the energy within your body, for you. Because they work very diligently because you are sound. You are sound. Like when you meditate, having some kind of loud sounds in the room are going to disturb you. But sounds within the room that radiate to you will bless you. So find something that blesses you, that works with the vibration for you. What it is, it's all about energy. The more you sit in the chair, the more you meditate in the chair, you bring more energy to that space. It's psychometry. The energy of an object, energy of a vibration. If you're going to teach yourself to work with police or work with retrieving something, you're going to have to learn how to do psychometry. You're going to have to learn how to do that, the energy of an object. So that's a focus. So you should always ask your guides, what is my purpose in my spiritual growth? Sometimes they'll just hit you with it, some will just be there. But other times it will be reinforced within your vibration. You might leave here today and go, what's my purpose? And somebody goes, I started playing these bowls. You go, And somebody else says, you should go online and buy a bowl. There it is again. And it keeps showing up. I don't care if you leave here and you see a name on the back of a car. And you keep seeing the same name after you've asked your guides, what's my guide's name? You keep saying the same name. Your guides will try to propel them in front of you. They will, what you're supposed to look at. They can either take you kicking and screaming, or very gently to where you need to be. So we fight it sometimes. We fight spirit, we go through. But if we just allow ourselves to listen, we don't have to accept what they're trying to give us, but we should at least look at it. Kind of give it a perusal, see if it's something we need in our lives. But trusting ourselves to be us. Every one of your energies are different than mine. I've been doing mediumship since I've been 4, going on 5 years old. I've been doing it all my life. I've been working with it. I still think I got a lot more work to do. I haven't got there yet. I'm still working towards that. But I keep asking them to take me to the next door, the next vibration. And that's what I like about meditation. The stronger you get into meditation, where are they going to take you next? What are they going to have you look at next? And by sitting in a, I want to say a darkened space, but sitting in a space that you're making out the room a little bit, but it's a little bit darkened. That way, spirit lights, different things will appear in the room, and you'll actually be able to see them. You want direct voice. I know we have electronic voice now. People got machines that will be electronic voice. But if you ever get into a room, in a seance, and there is somebody in the corner of the room talking, and everybody in the room hears the individual talking from the center of the room, that is direct voice. When you play something on a voice box and they go, I think this is Abraham Lincoln. What do you think? Well, I've never heard Abraham Lincoln talk. I don't know. Could be Abraham Lincoln, might be, I don't know. But if Abraham Lincoln's head comes out of the center of the room and talks to us, we got Lincoln. See, the question is understanding that we are spiritual beings, spiritual energy, a connection to higher consciousness. We all have that gift. Not everybody's going to be a medium. Not everybody's going to connect and want to listen to spirit and work with spirit. But every single person can be psychic. Everybody can read the energy. You might not want to talk to people in the spirit world. But I taught a class and people said, well, Louis, I don't do that. Remember, some people, once they pass to spirit, you might never see them again. They might never come to speak to you again. But they were only in this lifetime to encourage you, to bless you, and get you to where you needed to be, and then they vacated this life. They were here to get you to the next step so you personally could affect others, and in turn it affected them so they could move to a higher level. The person that you're might want here might never return back to be part of your vibration here. They're not supposed to. They were only supposed to be here to get you to where you were supposed to be. So they'll get fixated on somebody in the spirit world saying, oh my God, they gotta come. Well, they might never come. Then you'll waste your whole life, or thinking that somebody in the spirit dislikes you. They hate me. Nobody over there dislikes you. Nobody. When they moved from the spirit world, whatever they did on the spirit, whatever they did here was for a reason, to get you to where you needed to be. We might think that a lot of things in our life didn't work out well, and we're not what we thought we should have had, but it's what we needed to get us to the next level. It's what we need in our lives. So when you're doing mediumship, you might not get the first spirit and oh my God, it might take you a couple of months to start getting connection to spirit, but don't give up. That's why I teach different types of getting connected to spirit. I do wax readings. I teach you how to get bowls of water, pour wax in the water, and symbols will appear like teacups and teacup readings in the water, and you give a reading from that. I give candle readings, smoke readings, rope readings. There's a lot of ways to connect to spirit, and you might go, oh, I like that. That works for me. And you might use that for your own personal growth. But I teach it because there's parts of mediumship and parts of the tools of mediumship that you might personally like. You might go, well, I really like that. I think that's just really cool. But I might not use it, but I was taught it when I was a kid. I was taught a lot of ways. I was taught ember readings, and ember readings is where I build a fire. I let it burn down. You go rate the fire, and as you rate the fire, people will appear in the ashes and lift up and look at you. It's called ember readings. So it's what you feel works for you, what fits the vibration for you. That's what you're looking for. If you look at it, somebody tells you, oh, you have to walk this way. This is what you've got to do. This is all you've got to do. Nonsense. Walk your talk, walk your way. Walk how you see possible for you. Or you'll give it up, or you'll not do it. You'll say, oh, that's too much for me. I can't do that. I can't do it the way they want me to do it. Do it the way you feel best for you. Meditate where you want. You want to put your feet up in the air, you want to go put your feet against the wall, stand on your head. If that works for you, bless you. It might not work for me. I might not do that. But if it works for you, do what fits the vibration for you. It's each one of you have a talent, a gift from spirit. And what you do is you meditate, you ask spirits, you talk to them, and you come to a conclusion of what do I need to do to achieve the gift that I have within my life? Best thing that my one guy taught me one time is very simple. He said, just get quiet, talk in your head, talk out loud. Is there anything I've missed, anything I personally should be doing or putting in motion at this point in my life? Could you please show me? That covers all bases. So if you missed something, you should be looking at something or putting something in motion. They will show you. They will place that in motion for you. But trust yourself. Most of us think that all of us should have little shirts in our lives that say, I was only trying to help. That should be our shirt for our existence. I was only trying to help. And then people abuse the energy that we've given them. And we take it to heart. Let it go. Maybe that one instant, maybe that one vibration that helped that one individual didn't work out well for you, worked out great for them. Let it be. Move on. Sometimes we just need to change our name, change our address, push the car out, start it in the street, and drive as fast as we can. Sometimes we need to do that with situations in our lives. Don't believe you're the only one that can fix it. There might be somebody else that can stop and fix it for you. Same thing with your mediumship. Not one teacher is going to teach you everything about your mediumship. Not one. A group, it takes a village to create a medium. Not just one person. A village. Out here we have all the teachers and all the instructors out here, but it takes all of us to create a medium. If you just go to my classes, you might end up reading just like me. Huh? But if you go to different classes, you then start to define who you are and how you personally read. But find your tool, find your vibration that you think is best for you, and do that. No matter what it is. I don't care if people here say you can't use tarot. Use tarot in your personal life. Use it. Whatever you feel works for you. Use that. There's all kinds of stuff out there today. There's a little mirror up in the bookstore that says the evil eye. Get that if you want that. Look at the evil eye. I don't care. There's all kinds of stuff. Find what works for you. If it works for you, go there. But make sure that you're comfortable with the gift and the vibrations you're trying to improve within your life. And I want to thank you. And the next speaker going to come up is Reverend Diane Davis.